Hi all. So I'm just hoping we can start in about 2 minutes. Hi all. So I'm just hoping we can. All right. Just until the rest of people start it back to the beginning if required, but before I believe waiting too long is not required anymore. Yeah. So let me just start with who we are, what we do, and uh, help you enlighten what Elevate Me does. Uh, to begin with, I hope everybody is having a great afternoon this Friday. And I'm hoping you all are looking forward to your weekend and have great plans this weekend. Uh, yeah. And just before I start with anything, I'll just quickly start with a poll. Uh, how many people actually know about, what Elevate Me does? Answer your polls here. I've just started it. Okay, until we reflect back on the answers, let's enlighten people who haven't heard about Elevate Me before. And for people who have heard about Elevate Me, I'm glad you've heard about us. And I'm glad that you've been from your friends or your family, whoever it is that you got to know about us. I hope whatever you heard about us, this webinar will kind of add more value to your knowledge and we would be able to elevate your life in a better way. Yeah. So what do we do? There are multiple things that we do. Now here we are. So what we are, who we are, and how do we really help you? Let's try to understand that. Yes, we do call ourselves as an online bootcamp service, but then at the same time, we do provide an end-to-end solution that is designed especially for international students to get a full-time job. So it's not just to upskill you, it's not just to be like, hey, just study this, which is a recorded class or whatever it is, and then that's about it. That's not what it is. It's more like something where we will evaluate how you perform, how much you know, how much you don't know about the skill sets that are required, and accordingly get you job market ready. Our mission is personally to like help and empower all your career goals, especially in terms of like finding a full-time job in the US, especially like through a personalized technical mentorship. We have mentors who will basically help you with this entire journey of yours. And our entire course is actually accredited by the Ohio State Board. So it's not like, we don't have any authority to teach you or upskill you. We do have those authority and certifications. So you can fully trust us. You can fully understand that you're coming from an entire skill set of people who will be working with you personally on a day-to-day basis. So how does this work? So you have a hands-on mentor who's going to help you, design, enhance your skills, especially in the technical field, considering how in today's world we have a lot of bots and a lot of cheat code methods where we can get through any assessment tests that are available. But then when it comes to a real-time interview that you have to crack and get a full-time job, where you cannot use any bots, any cheat codes. It's all up until based on your knowledge and how much you know, how much you have an experience over your theoretical knowledge. And that's what we kind of help you with. Apart from that, we also help you understand how do you really build your portfolio, how do you really understand your real-time projects, which is like we will give you a real-time project where you will be able to practice a lot of your skills. You will be able to learn the applications of those very skills that you would be learning with us. Like, for example, you don't know how to use SQL or run codes on Python, and we would give you a real-time project where you would be asked to run those codes for XYZ case. For example, you'll be asked to maybe sort a list of vendors that are available in the current business, and then figure out where are the issues with the vendors and where is the delay in the order, etc. So this is just a basic example, but then doing this through Python or through SQL and understanding spreadsheets really well in depth is something that you will really get to understand. And apart from that, any DA related or machine learning related skills that are required will be fully offered to you. We have two mentors, especially who will be working hand in hand with you. One is Michelle, especially if at all you ever have had the word to speak with her, that would be great. I mean, after this webinar, I would actually push all of you to actually reach out to her, try to understand how she can add value to you. Or maybe, we can figure out a way to set up a meeting with her so that you understand how her insights would actually help you. And if at all you want to understand what a technical mentor does, we can have them over and then we can help you understand exactly how they are going to upskill you. Right. So now the technical mentor here is going to help you do your real-time projects, your upskilling in terms of like any day-to-day skills, technological skills that are required. There's somebody who's going to help you there. And there is another mentor who's going to help you with your career services, which is how to really crack your interviews, how to make your resume top-notch, how to ensure your GitHub profile is really up to date and is really appealing to the market. And also, how do you really answer the questions that are asked in your job applications? There are multiple different ways of testing applicants in today's sector. It's not just the resume that is shortlisted. After resume, there's a lot more that has to be done, and hence you need that personalized training that will help you really crack that, right? And apart from that, you get to the real-time project that you kind of do here, you get to use that on your resume, which is to add as an experience. Now, why is that useful for you? So you, as international students, any work experience that we carry from our home country and in US, now we are in the US doing a master's, those experiences personally mostly are not counted for. A lot of companies don't even account for those experiences unless you've spent a role in like a really high stake role, for example, a senior manager or like a director role. Probably that could be considered, but then even that will not ensure that you land the same role kind of a job within the US market. So it needs to be met in the current requirement of the US job market, and hence this real-time experience will be based on that, and that is something that you can add to your resume, which will add a lot more value. It'll just boost your resume a lot more. It will help you get shortlisted a little bit, or maybe catch eyeballs by a lot of hiring recruiters, all of those things. So it adds a lot more value. It's not just that okay, you've done a master's and you'll be able to get a job. That's not how it works. There's a lot more talented pool available. There's a lot more within in-house people within their country, nation, people who are available to hire. So why should they hire you? And that's why this entire skill set is required. Here we are to help you with the entire thing. I hope I'm clear and audible to everybody. I hope you are able to understand everything that I'm saying. And if you have any queries, you can for sure drop in your doubts in the chat box, and I can, of course, address them as we go. Moving forward. So we do come with a 100% money back guarantee with the cost that this entire bootcamp charges you, depending on the course that you're enrolled into, depending on the amount of time you would require to upskill yourself. So it does not work where you will first upskill yourself and then we'll help you find a job. It works hand in hand. It goes simultaneously, where initially once you are enrolled with us, once you're shortlisted with us, and we do get you into the program, our career service mentor will get in touch with you, who's going to help you understand how you really build your resume, etc. And those things will be asked. And at the same time, the technical mentor will give you some tasks or some upskilling things to learn about, and both will go hand in hand. So initial 20 to 30 days of your program is going to be jam packed, but then this is where you make a difference. This is where you end up getting jobs as quick as possible. And if at all we are not able to help you get a job within 8 months, then we get your money back. Then you get your money back, rather. Yeah. So as I said, our uh, bootcamp offers multiple things. So there are multiple things like a live project. So this is going to be mentored by a team. You will have a team lead or like a manager who's going to give you projects, who's going to follow up with you. It's going to be a proper 9 to 5 kind of a setup where you are going to be asked to provide your daytime availability there, so that you feel like you're actually working in a company and you're responsible for a full-time real job. So you are going to be put into that scenario, which is really needed today. Apart from that, we are going to help you develop your technical skills, which is like with your capstone project or any other technical skills. For example, running spreadsheet queries, or for example, running SQL queries or running Python codes. Whatever is required will be provided to you. Apart from that, you will also have your portfolio building, which is like building your GitHub portfolio or your resume, whatever is required. Then we do have a career support. Like I said, the career service mentor is going to help you in terms of your regular interaction with the recruiter. That is like, if at all you are asked any questions, how do you respond to them? How do you really keep the conversation going? How do you get yourself another interview? How do you ensure that you stay in the recruiter's mind regularly for them to be able to shortlist you or pass on any opportunities that come by for them? Apart from that, it will for sure help you with your personal and professional growth. When it comes to doing all these things, you're going to be able to upskill yourself in so many levels that you would feel you are actually walking towards an adult life and actually walking towards a full-time job. So that's something that you would get. And apart from that, of course, we do have a full-time human support where you'll have people to help you in case you need some help in terms of your resume, or like a little bit nuances here and there. Your assessment is having an issue, or let's say the platform that you're using, it's not working well, whatever it is, you'll have people available during the office hours and more to help you out. So the course is basically designed for 5 months. It's for international students who have graduated or are on their OPT right now. The batches start every week, so it's not like if you enroll today, you will be put into an old batch. You will be put into a new batch, and you will have a new set, everything starting from scratch. Apart from that, your life project will last for about 2 months, so you will be working for 2 long months. That's very heavy, long projects. And of course, like flexible job application support till like 5 months or so that we will start with. For example, you take about 15 days to just get your paperwork ready in terms of your resume, your GitHub portfolio, how to really push yourself forward, how do you really put your best skills onto the resume in the best way possible. That's something that will need about 10 to 15 days. And post that, we will start our team will start looking out for jobs for you, and at the same time you will start studying and upskilling yourself, so both will go hand in hand for you. Yeah. Apart from that, this is how phase one, phase two, phase three go, where basically your foundation training starts, and then your mentor-led technical project starts, and then job applications is what this is. But then phase one and phase three basically go hand in hand, and then phase two comes in between. So you will have to see that your job applications will start from the beginning of your enrollment. You will have to be ready that that's something that we will ensure that happens for you, and at the same time you're doing your upskilling. So it's not like you're wasting your 1 month where just we are upskilling you and then you do your marketing. That's not how it will work. So I hope that is something that you're comfortable with, where you handle both at the same time. So this is where your entire list goes. One-on-one, your perks are, which is your one-on-one career coach support from day one, real-time project, which is going to be added to your resume, 100 plus quality job applications per week, and then of course mock interview training that are available. If at all you get shortlisted, we will give you mock interview training. In case you feel that you need training already without any interview scheduled, you can for sure request that too, and we will help you with your mock interview training as well. Here are some of the few companies where we've probably applied in the past and probably have sent our candidates towards. These are all the top-notch companies in the US, starting from Meta to Amazon to Oracle to Google to BofA to Bloomberg, everything you name it, it's there. So every company that you would like to. Apart from this, if let's say you do look for a job by yourself and you end up finding a job shortlisted here, we will of course help you crack that interview. So it's not like you might not be able to, you will not be able to do something on your own. You will be, we can act as a added support then in that case. So that will be provided to you, and you will have the flexibility that way. Yeah. uh, yeah. So I'm opening my floor to questions and answers. Any doubts, any queries you guys have, please go ahead, start asking them, and then I can start addressing those questions for you. I'm also starting with a few questions here. You can skip the first question because I've already asked you that, but then you can answer the rest too. How many of you all think that you all are job market ready? Do you think that you can already start applying by yourself, and you have everything that is needed today to land a job in the US? So I do see that a lot of you guys are finding it very hard to land a job or find a job in the US. And I understand that it's not very easy to get shortlisted. The talent pool has increased to an exponential number today, and there are so many more skilled people in the US today that you getting shortlisted is something that is not even like very easy. Where back in the day you just sent in your resume or like sent in a LinkedIn request to the hiring manager, and then they probably looked into your resume and then they gave you a call. That's not what it works. That's not how it works nowadays. It needs a lot more connections, it needs a lot more reputations, which is why Elevate Me works really hard in terms of maintaining our relationships with the companies where we send our candidates to, and get with the hiring managers from those companies to ensure that your profile also gets shortlisted. When we send our candidates there, we do ensure that that's something that comes from their end, that okay, these are Elevate Me candidates and we would want you. They know that these are highly skilled candidates and are ready for the job market and would want to get an interview at least from you. So you are going to get warmed up, and then cracking the interview, that's for sure going to be 50-50%, where 50% we're going to guide you, but then the remaining 50% will be about how you deliver. So it's about really showcasing yourself in the best way, and hence this sort of support is created today. If we are here and we are helping so many students today, it's only because this is something that is a real need in the market. It's not where every company today will give you a list of things to do to get shortlisted for their jobs. That's not how it works anymore. Just a resume, just a cover letter, and just a LinkedIn connection might not even get you the attention that it is required. So these are the things that would kind of Elevate Me will be able to bridge the gap towards, and that will be able to solve for. I hope you understand and are able to see the value towards it. And in the long run, it's fully getting you a full-time job in the US. The only dream that every international student has been looking for is to find a full-time job in the US, and I believe that's going to happen true. Uh, any questions regarding how your visa would be? If you have any queries around, if at all your visa is expiring at this time, when should you apply for a job, all of those things. If you have any of those doubts, please do drop them. Okay. So far, no queries. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for another minute and then yeah. Right. Okay, so I have a query from somebody who says that their visa will expire in the next 90 days, and they want to see if at all Elevate will be able to, you know, will be able to help them out. And yes, of course, in the next 90 days, the timeline might be too tight for you. You might be in a rush that, in the next 3 months, would you be able to land a job? But then with the kind of upskilling and the kind of polish that Elevate Me will provide into your profile, that will kind of for sure help you in terms of land a job. We have in the past helped a few candidates who've had this sort of deadlines, and we've helped them land a job during those times. So I'm hoping that those kind of issues will not occur, unless of course, like there are those issues where the student has not answered the questions properly in the interview, and then of course then nobody can help you. But then we will of course help you answer the questions. We'll help you build your confidence. We'll help you understand how to gauge those questions, and how to answer them in the right way, how to answer those tricky questions, and not put yourself in a way where you feel underconfident, or you seem underconfident to the interviewee. Right? I think for now I've answered those questions. Any more questions for anyone? All right, then I think we will then end our webinar. I hope this webinar has enlightened you enough about Elevate Me and what it does, how it will help you. And I'm hoping that you guys will reach out to our folks right after this webinar and try to find the best way possible in terms of our value offering and join us as soon as possible. So I hope to see you around and see you next Friday. Bye bye.